to you by snake automatons. There's some snakes in their boots.
There's some snakes in our roots.
and we're recording, so anytime you want to start, Austin.
Okay. Welcome to Sponsored by Nobody. This week brought to you by Wooden Mechs, powered by snakes, because why not? It is August 2021.
Oh, it is August.
It's totally August.
Oh.
I'm glad I'm not the only one. And you are listening to The Tallest Height, Season 1, Episode 8, The End of Fall. In this game, we'll be using the home brew version of the Wildsea world setting and its system. I am Austin playing the Firefly, and we have...
Bev playing Willow.
I'm Dylan, and I'll be playing Netto.
Ian playing Rocky.
I'm Jonathan playing Ben.
I almost pulled a Jonathan there and said before Dylan, and I got messed up. I'm even reading it, too.
I wasn't even reading it
the wrong way.
I wasn't reading it. I was just flawless.
There you go. Well done.
I was pulling an Ian.
On point.
There you go.
Aww. So
Thanks.
encouraging. Feels weird and off-brand for us.
Oh, no.
Guys, do we actually like each other? Is that a thing?
It's okay. We still have the entire finale to find out if we hate each other.
Okay.
There we go. I was worried we were becoming friends after so many seasons of this game.
And on that note, what did we do last time? How did we all this adventure?
We made it to city, and we went through tunnels and stuff. And we learned disturbing things about masses of spores.
Yeah.
And also my scrunchie's alive, apparently.
Oh yeah, it's creepy mold, and we found sign of the thumbs up rabbits.
Yes.
Yeah, they were guiding us? Question mark?
I like the thumbs up rabbits.
Me too.
I want to like them.
It's much better than the thumbs down geese.
Yeah.
You never know in this new world. It's an elaborate ruse.
Thumbs down geese are terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
Listeners, check our Discord for the picture. Oh, wait.
Oh, no.
And then on your way out of the city, you managed to make it through, a quaint little farmer's market filled with, six large, amalgam mold monsters. Some of the most, active things you've encountered so far.
And we completely bypassed them.
By setting fire to the city.
Yeah.
No regrets. I'd do it again.
So the episode fades in from black with just this huge plume of smoke behind you, and a little bit of dappled fire kind of glinting in the distance as you're walking away, not caring.
Skipping away, not caring.
You've crossed the cable bridge. Pretty safe. None of the cars were infected enough to pop, and you were careful enough not to stick a fist in it or step in it. And the other side, once you start getting away from civilization per se, buildings and food, housing, stuff like that, it starts to get much more explosively natural.
Okay.
And as you're adventuring along, you all see just a blend of different plants that you vaguely recognize, of both beautiful and horrific variations. For fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is par for the course.
And you can kind of see behind you the glimpses of some of the giant pigeons you remember before, kind of flying away from the big city. The sunflowers kind of wilting away.
Mm-hmm. Do they not?
And now the open. They don't do too well with the fire.
Oh right, there's fire.
Yeah,
There's a lot
they may
of
be
it,
big, but
actually.
they're not immune to fire.
Good to know. Mark that down in the book. Fire burn.
And you've basically got like an open highway ahead of you, just with the mountain within sight. And
I guess. So we're just trudging down this highway away from the fire.
Yeah, you have not gotten time to rest, obviously, because firebug.
Is the fire still like chasing us across the bridge?
No.
Okay.
It's having problems with the dampness of the mold clumps.
Well, that's good. I'm sure that's not going to be a problem for us. Maybe we should like, I don't know, try to find some place to rest. I'm almost tempted to say like, maybe like because are there cars on the road and stuff?
Scattered, sporadic, yeah.
Okay, maybe we can find a van or something and like open it up and hope that there's like not bodies in it, and then use that to just rest
Camp
in.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a van or a bus or something.
Yeah, as you travel, like like you look down as you like get farther away from the city. The cars get less cramped and spaced out because emergency gathering, people clumping together, leaving and coming. So yeah, you're welcome to look for something to camp in. You pretty much have your pick. If unless you're looking for something like hyper extravagant, you can kind of find whatever you want. There's risks involved in that.
I want a VW van with curtains.
I want a pink Hummer limo.
Lambo.
Okay, that's not what I meant.
You said whatever we want.
The group as an entity, not as individuals. But fine, you all find a different vehicle.
Oh my gosh.
And inside,
We had a Vans party.
I find a tiny house that was being transported.
Mobile home. Somebody did not want to give it up.
it's just a throbbing black mass.
Beautiful. Perfect.
For this and more, please check out my webpage.
I picture Rocky just like finding a car, and everyone's like, "We all get a car to sleep in for the night." And Rocky's just like goes into the car, and then he goes, "No, I don't want to be alone." Goes over to somebody else's car. "I'm sleeping with you."
Oh man, total little kid move. I'm sleeping with you. You have no choice.
Yeah. This was not posed as a question. This was posed as a statement.
If you're just gonna go to sleep, how are your animals doing? Your companions.
A little run down and tired.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think Passage is more floating on the thermals than flapping. If that makes sense.
Yeah, everybody's tired over here too.
Yeah, me and Bug are gonna eat my jerky. My last bag of jerky. I'm just gonna be like breaking off chunks of it and handing it to him. He's quite a bit bigger than he was a little while ago, that's for sure.
I still have that Baggo sandwiches. I feel like at this point, because I don't want them to go bad, I start distributing them amongst the group. See if I can cook them up a little bit to make them better for us. Nutritious.
Thanks for sharing your sandwich.
No problem. Any chance that I can make those all healy a little bit?
How? What skill are you going to use?
Cooking.
Okay.
To make a delicious, nutritious dinner.
We take the fill our belly action.
How are you cooking them?
What are we in again?
A car or a van.
Okay. I try to like turn on the car Do I achieve that?
It does not start.
Okay.
That is not something that's going to be happening.
Well, I still got. Let's see. I look for just something I can just burn into a small cooking fire safely.
Tons of things.
Okay, I pick up tons of things.
There's like loose newspaper everywhere.
Yeah.
Old food wrappers.
Do I find like a fire,
Leaf.
like a metal bucket, something like that?
Search with the check. Give me that roll, which is.
I don't have search.
What about
I have
salvage?
a gather. I have gather. Gather
Yeah.
up materials. Okay. And then gonna use instinct. And let's see. That's a 6. Oh no, my dice went over there. That's a 6. And I'm searching for things like a bucket and like fire and like things just like anything that I can turn into, like some kindling, but like that isn't going to spread. And I make up a little fire, and I trying to think if there's like a grate somewhere, something that I could use as like a fire grill to put over that. What would there be? Or like skewers, something I can use as skewers.
I cannot help you there. With your 6, you are able to find a metal waste bin in the back of the truck, or in the back of the trunk.
I mean, maybe they just have some, like marshmallow skewer things?
Yeah, camping
Something?
stuff.
Like, oh, hey, camping pack. Here we go.
Well, I don't know about camping pack, but I do know one little inventive fellow.
I mean, I do have the ultimate grabber stick.
Okay, we use the ultimate grabber stick, and I rotisserie these sandwiches just to kind of like cook them up a little bit so that they're not going to kill us with what is inevitably been a few days and some sea crossing of gross.
Well, I have an item where, like, if we find a supply, then I can just be like, and it's a one-use item now. No rolling.
Okay, what's your cook and roll?
Cook and roll is... I'm trying to remember how many I have in cook. I have 1. And then I'm also going to use grace. 'Cause why not? And do I get an advantage on it already being in tech? Do I get an advantage for already it being food, technically?
No,
Dang.
because you're trying to make the food now heal you. You're trying to improve upon the food.
Oh, that's a 6.
Well, you've improved
Nice.
upon the food.
I
Apparently, like a French chef, you have tastefully blackened the sandwiches, and everyone is stupid satisfied and can heal 1 mark of damage.
Yay!
Woo!
Stupid 6s.
I flambéed it, guys, is what happened.
And with that, you guys kind of rest off to sleep. Netto kind of beside you off in his Lambo, feeling like a prince. It's not as comfortable. Doesn't recline all the way.
Yeah, but
I have no regrets.
it's mentally comfortable.
It's like you don't use eagle wing doors and don't feel like a baller.
It's the old thing, money can't buy happiness, but I'd rather cry in a Lamborghini, Like, yeah, it's he's got that vibe going on.
It's cold in here.
And is everyone else in the van? No, what's the other vehicle called out?
I think I said a VW van complete with curtains.
Well, and then Rocky's with you because you didn't want to sleep in his car alone.
Yeah, no.
And yeah, after you guys' food and you gotta retire for the night, it's relatively restful for about 6 hours until you start to hear like this crashing and pushing and scraping kind of coming from the bridge as you all kind of start awake.
I assess the situation.
You're inside a van.
Dang it. Who drew these curtains?
I pulled back the curtain. I used look closely.
I used my eyes. And my ears.
I will roll sense.
Oh yeah, that's fair. I guess I should see what you roll first.
Yeah, I'm checking my shit now.
Thank you.
Tides, teeth, grapes. I don't know if any of these if these edges really fit. Just looking at something. I will savagely look. I'll savagely pull the curtains aside to peer out and use teeth as my edge.
Okay, I'll take it. That's a narrative excuse.
You're grumpy that it woke you up.
Yeah, definitely.
How's Net reacting to this in his little escape pod?
Sorry, what's going on? I'm sleeping.
Oh no.
That's a 4.
I'm waking up confused and like in a blur, and I don't know where I am. I don't know that I'm in a box right now, and it's dark, and I can't really. I'm just bewildered and flailing, trying to figure out what's going on.
Like you say, it's dark, and I'm just picturing like overly tinted windows to the point where it's almost just painted black.
It's not a legal tint.
Well, maybe
painted black.
Maybe with a 4, we can't see exactly what it is, but we can see about how big it is. Maybe we also can't really see how close it is, but like we could see about how big it might be with the backdrop of the glow from the on-fire city behind it.
Yeah, with the crimson glow of what was left of a major shipping city and encircling it like fairy fire. You see something is pushing its way just through the vehicles, sometimes like over top of them. That's when you hear like a loud crushing thunk, or mostly just pushing them away. It's not like actively climbing. It's just like almost feels just like a force pushing through. You can tell there's probably more than one.
No.
Time to go.
Let's
yeah.
Rocky starts running.
Ben's gonna get out and then like rush to Netto's car and hit the window a few times. And like I'll just hit the window a few times.
The door cracks and I roll out onto the pavement, and I like groan in pain, and I'm like, what the hell is going on?
I just run up to him and I'm like, you know that thing where like, you know, we feel like we're safe and then suddenly we're being chased by horrible spores or something and we suddenly realize we need to start running? It's that kind of a morning right now. That's our day.
It's not even morning yet. There is no dawn. The only light on the horizon is the city.
I love that. There is no dawn.
It's still night. It wasn't a full sleep.
I peer in the darkness towards where the sound is coming from, realize I can't see shit, and it sounds very dangerous, and my brain finally like clicks. You know what I mean?
Ben's kind of like urging you to move. I don't know if Ben's a couple years younger than Netto, so I don't know if Ben's really strong enough to like make Netto move. But
no, I'm sitting down and trying to put my shoes back on.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not gonna get very far without them. I'm like, you guys go ahead, I'll catch up. And I will. My legs are much longer than yours.
Get out of Dodge? Is that what happens now?
Yeah, you know, with your fast pace and your haste, you can easily leave what was ever behind you behind.
Excellent. I feel like we just kind of go at a pace for a while until we like reasonably feel like, you know, like we can't see anything chasing us, and then we kind of like mellow out the pace a bit.
Okay. After like this hard rush, this adrenaline, feel like panic. Oh my god, what was that? Oh my god, are we gonna die? No, not the underground crate again. The dawn finally breaks, and you're like, you realize you are deep into the weird of it. Things have gotten big. Things have gotten complicated and like wound together. You don't know where some trees end, some begin. The highway has all been ahead of you, like a few more 100 yards, all been eaten up by the jungle. There's not very much visibility. It's like you see so many different plants around. Now you're all kind of like, like awing at the different things you can see.
So we're in the middle of the jungle without even realizing it.
Yes. It was dark.
We underwent a whole biome change while we were walking in the dark, worried about dying, and then when the light hits, we're like, where the hell are we?
And you were still on pavement, so there really wasn't much to worry about.
Yeah. Until it ends.
But through breaks in the canopy, you can still see the mountain ahead.
We're gonna get to that mountain.
One way or another.
She'll be coming round the mountain.
And at this point, just kind of like describe on your little travel here, because it's going to be peaceful.
Yeah.
Kind of like, what do you see in this new weird landscape? It's more than just giant like it was before.
Looking around, Rocky finds it's a strawberry, but it's about the size of a football, and it's got, you know how strawberries have like seeds dotting them randomly, like kind of, well, not randomly, but like in intervals all along them. Yeah. Those are.
Tell me more.
Yeah. Strawberries. They got little seeds. Some have a lot, some have a few. That's just how strawberries are. It's exciting, I know. So this one, instead of having like seeds dotting it, it has peanuts dotting it all over.
Huh.
And there's like a whole bush, so you can make strawberry peanut butter.
I was going to say strawberry peanut butter jam.
Yeah, exactly. It's just one plant that does both. And yeah, they're like the size of a football, and they have like regular sized peanuts just like smushed in there as if they're the seeds on the strawberry. And yeah, so Rocky's going to grab one of those as he's running and like be snacking on that with Mrs. Hedgie and all the small children hedgehogs.
Add it to your inventory.
Oh no, he's eating it. He's already eaten it.
Okay.
His face is
you do not need to eat for the day.
Yeah.
And if you are allergic to peanuts, you have grown 3 sizes this day.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Are you?
No, Rocky's not allergic to peanuts. Not that he knows of.
We just found out.
Yeah. Here's your litmus test. Oh.
Nom nom nom.
All right, Nifty. That's something that's nice and pleasant after you guys have been.
Yeah, I was thinking along the lines of the. I was thinking along the lines of the chocolate raspberry.
Nice.
But I wanted to do something
Slightly
more
different.
salty rather than sweet, so I went to peanut strawberry. Yeah.
Nice. It's good. Yeah. So yeah, you guys are fed if you guys want to eat off that. No harm.
Okay.
Okay.
So let me also check out what my food is. I think I have something maybe.
And what else do you sightsee as well?
Does anybody know those plants where the flowers that they grow are literally like, they look like little dudes with day dicks out?
No, but please tell me more.
Oh my god.
Post pics.
Okay,
Sir, it
so
didn't happen.
I can't remember exactly what the plant is called, but they grow. I think it's like little naked men or something like that. I can't remember what the hell the name of the plant is. But
Little naked men.
no, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh my goodness, they do. Oh wow. Oh, okay. Okay, Google plant that looks like naked men, and
I don't want to Google it. Just post the picture. I'm afraid of what happens in my ads when I Google that.
Yeah, just share it on the Discord.
Yeah,
Anyways, they're amazing. So
yeah.
I typed Lily. I guessed wrong.
So this variant of plant, except that it's huge. The dudes are full sized. They're like, okay. You guys have also seen like the thing where when a bunch of gang members are taking a picture together, and like especially for like Yakuza and stuff like that, they'll all be like dabbing or smoking or like flexing out on those like muscle things and stuff like that. Like there's like the intense like pose thing. Yeah. So you have a bunch of
you got a smiley face.
Yes, you have a bunch of these hanging orchids that look like buff dudes, and they're all like smoking or dabbing or looking intimidating, or like, you know what I mean? You're walking through a bunch of like JoJo posed tough guy orchids.
that's
And you have the feeling that if they're animate, they don't move, but you have the feeling that if they were animate, you would be in serious trouble. It is highly unnerving, and also probably just a little confusing.
a little arousing.
Well, I mean that depends how old Rocky is, but
This
Save it for the beach episode.
yeah, I'm wishing these into existence, and you can't take them away from me now.
You can't unwish their existence.
Yeah, they're canon now.
Okay, no, that's fine. Giant flexing Yakuza orchids.
With they dicks out.
Yeah, sorry, with they dicks out. Sorry, I can't.
That's a very important part of our formula. That's kind of adorable looking at them now. Like, aw, you and your little...
They even got little smiling faces, which is belied by the fact that they're flexing at me, like with an intimidation factor of the Hulk.
Yeah. Yeah, they just look like the Pillar Men, basically.
This is amazing.
Somehow I spelled Yakuza with a backwards Z, so
Isn't that an
How
S?
do you do with that? Yeah,
No.
isn't that an S?
you would think, but it looks more like the Thunderbolt from Harry Potter.
Okay.
What did you hit on your keyboard? That?
I'm writing this. That was my fingers.
Oh gosh.
Giant flexing Yakuza orchid with they to go.
I feel like we're grown-ups. I just say.
I'm an adult. I do adult things.
Completely harmless as you walk by, beyond the fact that they kind of crowd your space if you get close. They're very in your face, as it were.
Yeah.
That fucking cactus.
I apologize.
Why? Oh man, that hurts so much.
Makes me feel inadequate.
Makes me feel pain.
That's what we call the ectus erectus.
Ooh.
Ectus.
Also, no. Just 1,000 times no. You're sensitive tissue.
But after you kind of pass, they kind of settle back into like the little crowd in the shade. You can see the tree that they're like the stem is the size of like at least 2 or 3 telephone poles, and you can't even see where it starts because it kind of just disappears into the tangle as it arcs down.
Oh wow!
As you guys continue on, observing everything around you, relative peace.
I'm also just picturing like if there's like a good gust or something of wind, they all like change poses. You know, they go from like one pose. You know, like in the muscle shows where they like do pose for like 5 seconds and then they change pose for another like 5 or 10 seconds and then they change. I'm just picturing every time a gust blows by, they all just change poses and like mix it up.
Yeah, they're all just snapping around in the wind to a different... You're like, oh god,
Yeah.
am I about to die? No. Okay, they're back to being still for a bit.
Yeah, but like it's not super fast, right? It's that like slow controlled pose change, and you're like, are they blowing to the wind, or are they just like flexing on us?
Got that kind of like Venus flytrap speed, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
God forbid you find a violent species variant. Angrily scribbles notes.
Give it a couple hundred years.
I'm already writing fan fiction for it.
There we go.
It is getting darker, but not because the day is getting longer. It's because the sun is in a bad position to like get through the canopy above that's getting thicker. But according to your map and your compass, you are on the right route. And Rocky, roll me a sense.
Oh boy. I
Why?
can't wait.
Is this it?
Always Rocky.
Is this the one?
Will Rocky learn? Find out next
I'm
time.
on.
A 2. Rocky don't got sense, okay? Rocky's got rocks and fists. That's as good as he gets. We're gonna go this whole game and I'll never know what you're talking about. You know that, right?
Yep. The wind blows and you observe nature around you shifting.
Was that with a cut or something?
Yeah, I think he's doing it. He's doing it raw.
Yeah.
I mean,
We've moved on. They're flexing in the distance.
Anyways, who else has the interesting plants they want to talk about?
So
Yeah, you're,
I think as we're moving through the woods, we're noticing, or like in the daylight, we're seeing like, hey, these trees aren't upright anymore. Like, do you notice that the trees along the road are like leaning away from the road?
Yes.
And Ben will kind of like point it out, like, hey, like, is it just me, or is that happening? Like,
They probably just got blown by the wind, right? Right?
like are those, like, are they joining together? That's different. And like the trees are almost looking themselves like roots, or like a root system, as they're just, some are like wrapping around, like some of their limbs are wrapping around each other's limbs, and other trees are like actually fused together.
and you say it's the wind, but upon closer inspection, you realize that these are like red cedars and white pine. Like, these are huge, thick trees
Mm-hmm.
that haven't moved for like hundreds, if not thousands of years.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Someone roll me something sensey.
Can I roll a scry?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm going to give that instinct as well. That is a 5.
Okay. Out of one of the little hollows in this like kind of like corridor of bent trees, as you're getting more sunlight, it's kind of illuminated, and like out of it drops this shiny acorn that is kind of like in its little divot in the ground.
Does it appear to be a friendly acorn?
Roll me a sense motive. No.
I love that you have to ask that. Like, it's not a given.
I'm doing my job right. If you guys are concerned about an acorn,
Acorns are naturally treacherous. What can I say?
Whoa, that's acornist.
Hey now, whoa.
and then you kind
Very
of blink.
corny of you.
Yeah.
You kind of blink, and you realize that the sunbeam has not hit that spot in the tree yet.
Like the where the acorn is planted itself?
Yeah, the acorn isn't there anymore, and the sun seems to have shifted, like, backwards. As you blink and kind of snap back from your scrying.
Are these time-traveling acorns?
Mm-hmm. But from what you can tell, it hasn't been that time yet.
Like the acorn will be there.
Like deja vu. You feel like you've been in this place before.
Sorry, I'm confused. Like
Yeah, no, you got it.
It felt like it was there, and then it's just like blink, and then it's gone. Like it's not yet there.
Exactly. So you're scrying. You saw the future.
I kind of just have well, that might as well happen, and I'm afraid to acknowledge it, but also cool. Kind of a moment, and does it feel like this is a near future or far future or
Near. It's within a day at least. But you can't tell it otherwise specifically. But judging from the sunbeam, you could probably judge a rough guess if you take your time.
okay?
But it's a decision up to you guys.
Are we waiting for this acorn kind of a decision?
Like, have you told the group that you're seeing magic time-traveling acorns?
I ponder whether or not I should keep it to myself for a minute, and then I just kind of reach a screw it, and I go, "Hey guys, I think I just saw a magic time traveling acorn vision. No big deal, but there's a big old shiny acorn that's going to be right here." And
I look at Rocky with
feels
concern.
significant.
She's lost it. She's completely lost it. She's snapped.
I look at you and I'm like, I know, I would think that too, but given everything we've seen, I mean, literal astral projecting elephant buddy right here.
I see nothing.
Rocky starts slowly unraveling some rope, looking at Netto.
I'm like subtly nodding very slowly. And I'm gonna start
I just
walking
kind of turn
towards
to
her.
them both and I'm like, but seriously, guys, can we genuinely say, given the last little while, what is and is not off the table in terms of the realms of possibility? Like, actually, you have an exploding moth.
I'm like gently walking towards her with my hands outstretched in a non-threatening gesture, and I'm like, no, I completely hear you.
You're gonna have
Sanity.
to tell me what hands outstretched in a non-threatening gesture looks like.
Like,
Else
hands
seen that
up,
one
like
episode of The Simpsons where a poo shows up at the door and it's just like, no, this is the way that we, show gratitude, with our arms outstretched like this in the rain.
No,
So,
but
like,
Ben will go
hands up.
to stand by Willow and be like, whoa. I'm you know what? I'm gonna follow Willow on this one because
You. It is
what
very nice.
what else are we gonna do?
I'm gonna wink at Ben and like nod at him too. Like he's like just saying this to disarm Willow, but he's like, I don't get it. Maybe I don't know, but I'm gonna wink at him, and be like, yes, right, you're on Willow's side, correct.
I feel like I just kind of give Tabul a look, and Tabul gives me a yeah, and then just kind of like walks up, like kind of like in that right next to Netto, and just like trunk on, you know when somebody just puts the hand on the shoulder, like haha, like hey buddy, like trunk on the shoulder, like sup, stop it, elephant friendly but intimidating shoulder grasp.
I'm gonna like pat Tabul's nose and. Like I've already got my hands up in a I'm not coming to hurt you gesture, so I'm like, hey buddy, pat, but I stop walking.
Rocky will just sit down too. He'll be like, "Oh, okay, I guess." I mean, if an acorn does fall, then I guess, yeah, you've time traveling vision powers.
Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm down for that.
Come on, Willow. Let's go check out whatever it is that you said you saw.
Thank you. And we go do that.
Just revealing that perhaps Ben wasn't exactly listening. He just heard. I could read the future now, and then tuned in and was like, "Yeah, okay, I'm on board. I want to see where this goes."
Flashes. I can see the future.
Yeah, like, huh? What? Yeah, okay. All right. He's like, he's trying to like smoothly like get what was said already without having to ask for a repeat.
He's like, so that thing you saw.
Yeah, so
it sounds really cool.
Yeah,
Tell
like-
me more.
So is it over this way?
There's like a hollow up in the tree where Willow saw the shiny acorn.
You'll be like, yeah, it was over there. Or it will be.
Yeah, all right, let's go. I mean, I'm tired. Might as well go there and rest. That's a pretty good worst case scenario, right, guys?
Okay, but
It's
not
only like 20 feet up.
because I don't want you to get like crushed.
Oh, all right. So like here, and he like steps aside a little bit. Not enough. Like right here, is this fine?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll step away a little more just to be safe. Like, all right, that's the line. We're just gonna get away from the line, though.
So you guys are gonna wait there?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll chill for a bit.
Okay.
I mean, Willow
as
says there's a time traveling acorn.
time passes, you kind of watch the sunbeam kind of arc closer and closer. It's been about an hour when, in the distance, you can hear the shifting and like the flexing and the of the orchids.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then you see some like rustling of the branches in the distance, of course, but they've reacted to something. The sun is almost there. What do?
What does it seem like they're reacting to? Any more information on that?
It's too far away. The jungle is surpassed it.
I'm going to climb the tree. It sounds like there might be something out there that is going to be coming this way. So I'm going to get into a better defensive position.
That sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll join you climbing the tree. That sounds smart.
All of you are climbing the tree?
Yep.
Well, I'm waiting to see. Like, I want to be able to still see the spot, the acorny spot.
So are they just like bent trees, so like there's normal branches everywhere like there would be on a normal tree?
Oh yeah, I didn't even think
think-
if I could climb it.
I think he's AFK for a minute.
Who is?
Ben, Jonathan.
Oh,
I think
yes.
He's AFK for a minute.
Rest in peace.
So here, wait. I'm going to try the pause feature here.
So, Ben, on the trees, are they like climbable or are they smooth trunks?
I think that they're smooth. Well, like rough bark, but I don't know what kind of oaks you have up there. If they're live oaks, then
There aren't a ton of oaks on the route that we're on. It's more like things like evergreens and
okay.
pine and
like
yeah.
pokey trees.
Okay, then
Pokey
I'm
trees, yeah, tree
I'm
bark.
thinking like pine bark. So like
Yeah.
you can kind of get a grip on it a little bit, but like it flakes.
Oh my god, is that the greatest idea for a tree?
Flaky.
No. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine.
I'm afraid.
Fun. Yeah, no, Rocky's going to start climbing the tree, and I'm going to use a major milestone, Innocence Lost, as he has flashbacks to the, like, everything that has happened to him in the last while, and he's like, no, I'm going to get up this tree, because I can't not get up this tree. If I don't get up this tree, I die. And then he's also going to use Mrs. Hedgie and the small children hedgehogs as like climbing spikes on his feet and arms to just like climb up the tree. So I'm gonna roll. Yeah, what is that? That is probably fauna and climb.
That sounds appropriate.
Yeah. I'm gonna
I would
roll
also
that.
take companion.
Yeah. That'll be a 5.
All right. You're able to make it up relatively easily. Are you like going up to the hole, or are you just climbing the tree?
I'm just getting up to a safe distance. Whatever Rocky assumes is a safe distance, which is probably whatever Netto can manage to climb up to. And then Rocky's like, that's clearly safe enough.
Okay, so we'll figure that out once we figure out what Net's doing here for his climb check.
And if Net fails his climb check miserably, then Rocky's going to go like 10 feet above him and be like, are you not climbing too?
You do notice that nothing there. Nothing. It's only a 5.
That's fair.
Don't worry about it.
That's fair.
I'm going to get the enlarged bug to grab me by my shoulders and like basically just start flapping his wings.
Which enlarged bug?
My bug.
His bug got beefy.
Okay.
It took steroids.
No, that's not. Yep, that's not what I'm worried about. Yep. Okay.
He's naturally started growing, so I'm going to get him to grip me, on my shoulders and flap his wings while I run up the side.
Okay. You Naruto run up the side with a microwave on your back.
Yep.
I love our games.
My pizza pockets are fully cooked. Yes.
So 3 flying plus 3 companion.
Yes, that would work.
Okay, just a sec. Let me get to the dice thing here. 5 with a twist.
Okay, so I have the twist in mind. If you're okay with that.
Yeah, fly at it.
Okay, so as you climb up, you manage to this perfect find. You don't trip on the bark at all. Like gone up the world tree. You've perfect manufactured just acrobatics as you reach the top, and as you kind of like reach the crest where you can kind of stand by yourself. You rub the back of your neck. It feels a little sunburnt, but it's fine. It's hot up here. You see in the distance you actually guys are a lot closer than you thought, and you see little smoke trails.
Oh.
Coming up in the distance at the base of the mountain. And you can even see what looks to be signs of buildings still on the mountain as they're placed in more craggy areas and there's not as much growth there. There seems to be like a layer of just green exploding out at a certain height on the mountain, and then at a certain point it just kind of peters off, like keep leaving it capped and just nothing.
Okay.
I'm gonna call down to the others and I'd be like, we're really close. We're way closer than I thought we were.
And you see movement in the trees behind you about 2 or 3 miles, because you're pretty high up, so you can see relatively far. You can see there's a disturbance following your trash. Yes, 2 or 3 kilometers. I'm sorry.
Oh God, they got so much closer.
Wait,
what have I done?
Miles are fine. Miles are fine.
Yeah.
wait. You guys are using kilometers and miles? I use time. Is that not what Canadians use? I thought we all
time is a
agreed
luxury
to go by
afforded to
time.
me and not to you guys. I get to know how much time they are.
I was actually measuring things in terms of the street that I live on. So if you could, accommodate that.
Okay, so it's like 50
street is
of your
that?
streets.
50. Oh no, my street's so short.
No, they're decently away, but being so high up, you can see pretty. You can see them disturbing the jungle as they go. You've all seen Jurassic Park. You know what that looks like.
That's not
Nobody climbed the fence, especially not. Rocky.
Why? It doesn't do anything. I don't know why they thought that was okay. Like, who signed off? Yeah, sure, cable fences. That'll be no problem.
It's dinosaurs.
But yes, that is your knowledge.
Okay. I'm going to... How far away are we from our objective?
Probably like 15 minutes if you hurry. 20 minutes, and an hour if you take your time.
Okay, so we're far enough away that, like, do we... And how much longer do we... Oh, Willow, when's this stupid acorn supposed to show up?
Based on the sun, how long till the stupid acorn shows up?
It should be there in about 20 minutes, give or take.
20 minutes, give or take. I have no idea how these powers work.
I curse.
Hey, Willow.
The hollow is still there.
Hey, Willow. What was the acorn supposed to do again?
I just kind of look at him like, oh crap, somebody actually asked me that.
Rocky just yells down from the tree. It proves Willow's able to see the future.
I just kind of point up at him like, yep, but also I just kind of like mumble under my breath, satiate my curiosity.
You know what?
So
It's the magic acorn. I lie completely.
So Austin, is this acorn hollow in the side of the tree or the top of the tree?
Side of the tree. About 10 feet away from you down.
So if we go in it, we're not going to get hit by the acorn?
I don't think any of you are the size of Keebler elves, so I don't see you going in it. You could probably reach inside of it. Or look inside of it.
Oh, it's a small... See, I keep picturing like a giant hollow, like that the acorn's going to fall into, like a throne.
No, there's a little hollow in the tree trunk that it's going to fall out of.
The size of a ball kind of a thing.
Oh, see, I was picturing a really giant acorn.
On a side note, is it possible there are Keebler elves in this tree? Because I could go for a cookie.
No, you've been having too much nice stuff, so you don't want to find Keebler elves in this tree.
That's fair. They're like vicious gremlin elves.
Okay, so our options here, as far as I'm concerned, are that we can either try to yoink the acorn early and get the hell out of here, which I feel is probably a trap, and or we could send someone off, one of us, I nominate myself, to distract whatever giant murderous creature it is out there that's just about to prey on us and lead them away from the rest of the group so that they can collect the acorn in safety.
Rocky will join you.
I wonder if I should lead them away because I have a flying, cool flying thing.
No, that brings logic into this.
That's fair.
Don't forget about the smoke trails you saw in the distance.
Oh yeah, also
Small, thin smoke trails.
I assume that that's probably just camping fires or whatever, right? Like I'm like, and also
Yeah,
I
it's safe
like
to assume that.
not only are we much closer, but I think that there are people there.
Okay,
It's only 15 minutes in that direction, however far that is.
but guys, if we don't wait for the acorn to fall, we don't know if Willow can see the future, and if we grab the acorn from the hole, then
We
does
make
that
our own
negate-
future.
Yeah. does that negate destiny, and will that disrupt time itself? Like, can we do that?
Not having time for free will versus predestination. I kind of indicate to Boole that I want to Boole to kind of astral project and go see if thems be people over by the fire.
Because an astral projected elephant is not terrifying.
Well, he can't be seen by them.
Oh, I guess, yeah. Depends on the level of astral
Unless
projection. Yeah.
they've got, sight stuff.
If they have spooky spirit powers, we are in so much worse of a position.
Valid argument.
Tabul and your shared senses can see that it is huts. So before you lies a what used to look like be a ski chalet at the base of the mountain.
Ooh.
And it's been converted into what seems to be like a camp, a nursery, a burgeoning town civilization in this apocalypse. But there's no people. It's the carbon rabbits. Little campfires and stuff. And what Tabul sees upon closer inspection is they're actually, every so often you'll see runners come in carrying like little baskets of the little yellow slime molds that you guys have seen. The ones that have been like left behind from the black masses.
The one on my
left over.
My scrunchy ring?
Yeah. And from what Tabul can interpret is that these hares have been like gathering and like caring for these like leftover semi-intelligent little sporelings. Like risking their lives going where the black mold is, going onto the islands, crossing the water. That's why you met one hypothetically on the island there. He was probably posted out there to help other rabbits get across.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, we've been helping the rabbits in the rabbit conspiracy to harvest and cultivate the world-destroying mold.
No, the yellow stuff.
Not the black
that's left behind.
It's the baby. It's just the next step, natural babyism of the black mold. It's just advanced black mold. It will turn around and kill us all one day, or maybe bake us a delicious pie.
Or maybe it's Granny G-san. I'm just saying. Yeah.
So that flashes into your mind as Tabul comes back and shares his senses with you.
I go, also, how long was that and how close are we to that ache?
Oh, that happened in like an instant. Astral projection happens real fast.
Okay. So I go like, oh, guys, we got to go over by that smoke real quickly as soon as acorn happens.
You'll have to wait another 10 minutes for the acorn, and the disturbance is getting closer.
I'm gonna like slap Rocky. Well, I'm gonna climb down the tree first, and then I'm gonna slap him between the shoulders on the back, and I'd be like, okay, like if you're determined to come with me, like that's great, but don't feel obligated, and remember that we're not there to fight. We're just there to be a distraction and get out safely.
You just, as you like slap Rocky in the back and be like, we're ready for this. You just see Rocky like make one of those like muscle poses, but he's kind of a scrawny 11-year-old boy, so it's kind of sad looking. But then as he's like making this pose, you see Mrs. Hedgie like crawl onto his back and like hug him around. So all of a sudden, like his whole back is just spikes, and then all the little hedgehogs start like swarming his arms and his chest, and he's just like this big spike ball, and they like cover half of his head, and he's like, "I'm ready."
Oh God.
Perfect.
And it's like slightly tingling with electricity like running along them, and he now looks like beefier, but it's all spiky electric like hedgehogs.
A theme starts playing in the background while this happens. Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
And oh God, what even was I going to say there? That's just also I'd like to think that Net notices in this moment, even though no one else would. I'm like, is that pose that he's doing the same one that I just saw on that flower earlier? Like did
10 out of 10.
Did he subconsciously just pick up on all of the tough guy poses as we were walking through the thing and just pick one of them to mimic? Yeah. And I'm sitting there in my mind, and as soon as I realize this, I'm like, not bad. You did pretty good.
So you're all splitting up?
Well, yeah, me and... Yeah.
Well, yeah. Rocky and Netto are going to go fight this thing. And
no, we're going to go distract this thing.
Whoa.
No.
That's not what he heard.
Rocky mistook this situation. Rocky and Netto are going to go distract this thing, and Willow and Ben are going to see magic acorns fall, and then from there, we're all going to meet back up at the terrifying rabbit hand people.
You mean the awesome rabbit hand people?
I said what I said.
They've never been bad to us.
They've never been bad to us, but they have thumbs.
Don't act like a thumb bunny.
Don't act like a thumbs down goose. That's fair.
Frantically writes down more notes.
Yeah, no, we're off. Rocky's ready. He's posed. He's like walking off. Just ready.
As you go to, how are you distracting them? Are you going to get within vision range? Are you going to observe them? What's your plan here, guys?
Get within vision and scream.
I'm just gonna attach my speed booster, which is probably well functioning, glowing quite loud and aggressively, and I'm gonna run into the midst of whatever it is that we're fighting. I'm gonna get visual on it and figure out what it is that we're dealing with, and then I'm going to basically just run at high speed and dodge trees, hopefully not die, and try and get their attention as a giant, very fast running, glowing ball of atomic power.
Okay. Some kind of roll for the maneuvering and flying with your companion, and some type of roll to avoid the trees in your scene. And if you go over to Clips and Funnies in the Discord, I've posted what you see, and there's 4 of them.
Oh, fun. That's the thing from Princess Mononoke. Yep.
Yeah, the
That's the boar god.
The cursed boar god, yeah.
Yep.
But it's like it's the mold monsters basically, and they look a little crispy.
Mm.
Oh no, we singed
we've angered them.
Yeah, but there were 6.
Okay. Well, I guess for my first roll, let me see here. My second roll is probably going to be dodge. My first one is probably going to be, again, flying companion.
All right.
As we move in perfect high speed, 60 frames per second.
So you'll get clear sight. You don't need to roll like any, and you don't need to visually figure this out. It's pretty obvious what this is.
Yeah, this is where all the budget is spent in the episode.
Yeah,
and it is 5 with a twist.
Nice.
Okay. So you and him are able to speed around quite successively through the enemies, get a good visual on them, kind of get a good beat. You can see that they are literally just like every so often behind them, there's like little pustules of the black mold forming kind of around the area where they've walked, slowly like eating away. And there's just it's a line of death. The speed has increased from before. They're definitely more purposeful than they were before.
Okay, so
and what do you want the twist to be?
Oh God.
I have an easy one if you don't have one.
Yeah, you hit me.
They notice you as you speed up and through and attempt to follow you and like twist around and get all tangled up in each other, as they're not quite used to moving so fast.
Okay. So right before I end here, can I have one more thing? Just as I'm flying past them, I'm going to have Bug randomly shoot flare pistol shots, because I haven't even used it yet this entire game, but I'm going to be randomly firing glowing light shedding rounds, not so much for damage, but so much as just to like fill the area with light so that Rocky can maneuver without getting caught with his pants down in the dark.
Okay.
Thank you.
Literally.
For doing that, you're going to take a cut on your dodge roll for avoiding the trees.
Okay.
Oh wait, no. Rocky's got this. Can Rocky go here?
Yeah, if because he's flying through, okay. He's not quite at the point where he needs to dodge the trees yet.
So as Netto's like weaving amongst the trees and distracting these terrifying like moss spore creatures, charred moss spore creatures. Sorry, Rocky's just gonna go up to one of those giant trees, and he's just gonna like kind of pound his fists together for a second. And I'm going to mark no quarter to increase impact when I do an overwhelming challenge. and Rocky's going to attempt to fall one of these trees on them. And he's just going to start punching his way through the tree like a human chainsaw with just spikes covering him, just like flailing wildly at this tree.
Therefore, clearing all the trees out of the way in front like a corridor for him to run on. Like
yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah, I will remove the cut for the scene because you created a wood corridor for him to jump onto.
Okay.
How well do you chop the tree down? Show me something aggressive to bring it down. What is it?
Oh, that'll be a 6 and a twist.
What did you do?
Rocky just like, you can see him like Netto's zipping around here watching the scene and blasting light everywhere, and like he looks over for a second because all of a sudden he can see this like blue light starting to glow, almost as bright as a welder would glow, sort of thing. And it's just Rocky standing there with his like fists about a few inches apart, and this electricity is sparking so fast around him and between his fists that it's creating this like arc welding like lightning bolt. And he just takes his fists apart, and it's this huge bolt, and he just starts like rapidly moving his arms back and forth as if he's like shimmying. But because he has so much electricity around him, he's just moving so fast and so like heated that he looks like a human chainsaw, and he just starts running towards the tree, and he just like chainsaws through it, just shimmying along as if it's butter.
Oh my god, the aggressive creepiness and shimmy. You're covered in spikes, and you got a 6 with a twist. So you take down one of the oldest trees still surviving through this green apocalypse.
Aww.
As it tumbles down and just savages the floor. The people behind you, the other two, they are shaken off their feet. This tree was massive. The concept is mind-boggling. Okay, huge. At least 3 of you tall now that it's broken off. But because these things got all tangled up with Netto's twisting, spinning, and acrobatic nuking around, they weren't able to avoid it. At least most of them weren't. You managed to take out 2 of them underneath a tree.
Nice.
As you see, like, squelching and wiggling as there's, like, little piles of mold kind of exploding out from the side of it. As, like, the tree and dust settle, it's just like this huge corridor lane of just tree just wiping down everything in front of you.
Nice.
Make a brace check.
Oh, yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair.
Both of you?
I'm definitely overheating.
Oh, no.
That'll be a 4 for me. I'm surprised. I did well there.
I think twists still count on cuts?
No, twists do not count for a cut.
Okay.
It's as if that dice doesn't exist.
That's fair.
I'm gonna eat shit here.
You can do it. I believe in you.
I would have probably been better with the dodge.
If this was a different area / biome, probably wouldn't have been that much of an issue.
And it doesn't matter that I don't get the cut because I don't have it as a skill.
Yeah, so just roll 2 dice and cut 1.
It literally just all that did was a lot of effort to be really cool to completely F me, and now I die.
I'm sorry.
No.
Sorry.
That's a double 2.
Okay, so it's just a failure. Okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a single 2 because I have to cut one of them. So
Yeah. With your 4, you managed to keep on your feet, but a bunch of like the Mrs. Hedgies all kind of like fall off of you.
No.
And they're just kind of like, just like rocking back and forth, just asleep.
Just tired from too much energy.
Yeah, you drain them pretty hard. Mrs. Hedge, you may not be the most impressed with how you've been treating your kids today.
That's a valid argument.
That mom goal.
Net, on the other hand, cartoon style, like Scooby-Doo's, right into like the base of the chunk that's broken off, but not the pointy bit. You're not skewered, but you are going to take 2 points of damage because of your speed.
Okay.
And you couldn't sustain the brace, but your insect is not damaged or like injured in any way. There are still 2 of these things, and they definitely notice the small boy now as the scene flashes back to the other 2 with a and there's the whoosh of air, the shockwave comes from where the other 2 were hanging out, distracting the enemies who were coming.
Okay. I'm guessing we're still waiting on Acorn.
The sunbeam is literally about to hit it.
Okay.
As this shockwave comes and you're all shaken off your feet, both of your eyes look away from it.
Do we look back?
Yes, and the sunbeam is past.
Is the
Okay.
acorn there now?
There is nothing on the ground.
Did we miss it? Is it in the little hollow thing?
Possibly, yeah. You didn't know if there was. You didn't see if there was a glint up there because you guys were distracted by the almighty earth-shattering kaboom.
I go look to try and find it now.
Yeah. Then asks Passage to help out too.
Okay. When you go up and like touch the trunk, you get like this shiver, and you notice something falling towards you.
In a threatening way.
Well,
Like
in a oh my god, there's something falling towards me way.
I move out of the way of the trajectory of the thing.
Roll it.
My foot. Oh gosh.
It is not falling slowly.
What would that be? That would be. That would be a movement, right?
It would be the dodge skill,
What the heck is dodge?
or like scramble, or like
Any
leap.
kind of
I've
Yeah.
got none
Get out of the way.
those. Can I use an edge for instinct?
How?
I had magical visions and just basic.
I like this. I'm a main character.
I have plot armor. And-
Netto just very vividly proved you do not.
Thank you. In that future visions and basic human reflexes.
We were both anime protagonists for like 10 seconds. It was amazing.
You did like it. The product was you did take out 2 of these giant crispy behemoths.
And now it's time to die.
What about sense? Would sense help me with?
I'll let you.
I need something to roll.
You can either roll 1 sense. Yeah, fine. You can roll sense.
Do I
I'll let you roll
also get an edge?
No, well, of course you get an edge. You're rolling a dice pool.
Yay! That is a 6. Yay! Yay!
Okay, so you dodge out of the way, and there is a heavy, like, shiny acorn.
I give it one of those quick like taps to see if like touching it hurts.
Ben toes it a little bit.
How hard do you touch it?
Like, you know, when you're like going up to like see if like something is hot, and you give it like one of those like taps, like a good solid tap to see if it's hot, but then
It does not hurt you to touch it.
I give it now a more cautious, can I like hold it?
It's an acorn.
It doesn't. I pick
It's
it
very
up.
heavy if you pick it up.
Can Tabul pick it up?
Tabul can pick it up.
Okay. Also, how aware are we of the imminent danger?
I don't know. It depends on how concerned you are about the earth-shattering kaboom that just came from the
I
horizon.
mean, I'm concerned, but like, are we aware that they're fighting 2 Mononoke monsters over there?
Probably not.
Ben says, "Hey, so we got it. We should probably
Yeah.
start moving in a direction."
Yes. Okay.
I say we start running towards the smoky thing, but also, and then I get Tabul to astral project over to the other two to let them know we got the acorn. Let's get out of Dodge. We're going towards the smoke. And then shimmy. And then I assume Tabul would see the monster things in that also little Spirit Quest moment.
Most likely, yeah.
Okay. And then I also, upon realizing this, get him to shimmy on over to Rabbit Village and let them know of the impending threat as well and kind of what the plan is.
Now, observation and interaction are different time frames.
Okay.
So while you can observe something at instant speed and transfer it to you, you can't interact with Tabul is not omnipresent.
Why not?
Tabul is a baby.
I don't want to sit here and throw rules on this, but in astral projection, other people can't see it. Other people can't talk to it. It can go and remote view something for you, but it can't go and pay your bills at the bank. It can't go talk to the teller.
It's willing to do so.
It could sneak behind someone and read the computer password off their screen, but it can't hack into their account.
Okay.
I love that. It's not going to pay your bills at the bank. Like, it's going for the real things
That's
here.
the real reason
I don't
we
pay
want
my bills at the bank.
Because going to the bank
Astral projection is not the same as unseen servant, and it is much more useless.
That's fair. Well, that's the stage I'm at.
Well, you're stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
The allies seem to have caused an explosion in the middle of the giant forest, yet nothing is burning, and then there's something burning over there.
Okay. Shoot.
They're probably going to know that we're heading towards a fire.
Yeah, but will they know it's okay to come now?
50-50.
I'll tell you
Could be anyone's guess.
What happens if Tabul tries to possess one of them a little?
Well, that's just like, I'll send passage over to let them know.
Okay, that too.
Before we talk about possession.
Guys,
Talk about giving up hope. That guy doesn't need his personality. Tabul.
I'm just going to rob Net of his bodily autonomy. Don't even worry about it.
Just for a minute.
It was just to make sure you were safe.
Yeah.
You weren't doing it right.
I will never be safe again. An elephant possessed my body, and the unspeakable things that he did while he had it.
I know, I can never forget.
Wow.
This is nowhere near as fun as it looks in the comics. What?
Babar saw some things.
Babar never forgets.
So yeah, what are the other two doing? You've recovered the acorn. Things have exploded.
Yeah,
we're
we're sending, I guess, Mothman to go get the friends, and then we're just heading out.
Okay.
Hooking it.
The travel will take you a little bit, but it should be okay as long as you don't find any dangerous plants.
It's 15 minutes. They'll be fine.
Stop.
No one's ever had a bad time in 15 minutes.
And Passage joins you guys relatively quickly. And as Passage splits off from Ben and Willow, you guys are able to dash off into the distance, and as the glow kind of disappears into the foliage, you realize that the sun has kind of reached midday, and the darkness in the tubes kind of lightened up as you've gotten forward, as you see there's like man-made holes in the canopy, kind of maintained by like trellises and bridges and like fences to like hold the foliage back. And you're starting to see more evidence and signs of people or like civilization. As we snap back to the other two,
let's burn that too.
As you see these like two writhing things emerging from like the dust and pines, like now like dusty and earthy colored, combined with like the black and crisp underneath. It's like you see like two piles of like pustule, oozing, exploding, puffing mold is kind of like situated underneath this giant tree. You are rubbing blood off your face as you've just face first implanted in what was an epic anime moment.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess it's time for us to leave. We just need to get back to the other side of them again.
Yep. Let's see. Roll. One of you pick a number between
3.
1 and 8.
7. Good old lucky 7.
Yep.
Okay, so the monsters are on the other side of the tree.
Awesome.
So you are on the end of it, and if you were to run back, they would have to travel around the tree to get you. Except for Net, who's on the end. He'd have to tuck back and then run with Rocky.
I'm just going to boost jump.
Yeah,
I've taken to this extreme mobility thing, and now it can't be taken away from me.
It's fair.
How many rounds have you been using it?
I've used it 3 rounds so far.
Okay, put an exhausted modifier on, please.
Sure.
But put a star beside it. Because it's not normal exhaustion.
Yeah. Okay.
So that'll give you a -1 on any activity checks until it's fixed.
Like a cut or a -1?
A cut.
Okay.
So if you're moving without the aid of your bug, you moving is labored.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay, cool.
But you are able to leave the other ones in the dust if you just would like to peace out. They are not fast moving even before this.
Definitely leaving.
They're deliberate but not fast moving.
Yeah, we get the hell out at high speed.
Rocky can't quite keep up, but you will be able to catch up with no problem. If you go,
He's fine. The threat is past.
Are you gonna keep?
Rocky's carrying all the baby hedgehogs, and he's like, "I'm sorry, Mrs. Hedgie, it needed to be done."
Just you're using your boost again?
No, I'll probably just run alongside Rocky.
You feel like you were the one. You're like, oh man, it's like I ran that almost.
Yeah.
Feel achy.
Yeah, well, I'm tired. I'm beat to shit. Let's run back. I just ran into a fucking tree.
Sorry about that.
No,
you looked
that's
really
all good.
cool, Netto. It was really awesome.
I'm just kind of smiling. I was like, you were pretty cool yourself, my dude.
Thanks.
You guys basically are able to meet up right as they are within vision distance of the entrance to the village nursery thing.
Cool. Okay, so the group's all back together.
The rabbits kind of start upon seeing you. A couple of them run off, and then one comes forward, kind of limping, flashes you a thumbs up.
Yo, Limpy, my boy, what's up?
You after hearing that exclamation, his little crutch kind of hops over you, just wails you on the leg, just give you the wickedest Charlie horse.
I'm still laughing. I'm still laughing. He hits like a little bitch. Fuck him. Ow.
You were the most delicate when you got him out of the trap. It's, tit for tat. He's still healing from that. You bashed it open with a rock.
I mean, whatever. He's alive because of me. He can, if he feels like coming in and, kicking my ass for making fun of him unintentionally, that's still good. It's still hilarious. I can't stop myself. The pain, everything hurts.
None of them speak, but there are slates kind of positioned around the city, and you can see them, like, if they want to have conversations with outside folk, they probably do it with that, or any type folk who don't have verbal communication, their own type of language. And you can see, like, around a lot of these boards are, like, little groups of the little yellow slimes, as they're kind of, like, being gestured upon, and, like, you can see they're, like, showing them, like, images of food.
They're educating them.
Yeah.
I go and I kind of bring over my little thumb ring to the group to, like, join them if it wants.
Yeah, this, like, kind of vibrating as it kind of slips off your finger, and you notice it's not the same color as the others. While the others are, like, highlighter yellow, he's turned more of, like, a greenish yellow with, like, and you notice a little spot of red, the same color as what your scrunchie was, just kind of on its underside.
So compared to the others, he's got a little boogie?
Yeah. He's a little more boogie than the others.
Okay.
And then he kind of joins with them. He, like, goes amongst a bunch of them and just keeps touching them. And as each one gets touched, you see the color get absorbed into them, and all of them start getting a little tinge of, like, the little boogie.
Oh no, they're slivers, guys. This is the end.
Oh no.
As the little bit of the boogie green starts coming out of him as he goes along, passing it on, until one or two groups of, like, in front of the slates are filled up. And then it kind of comes back with the red dot, and just kind of climbs back up and settles back on your wrist or finger, thumb ring.
Yeah.
And the rabbit with the thumbs up kind of gestures over to a set of boards that seem to have already been set up in anticipation of your arrival.
Okay.
With English and pictograms.
Ooh. I go over to it and I'd be like, hi.
There's a few older rabbits, and some of them are actually even wearing clothing, because they're quite large. They're almost as tall as you with the ears.
Is one of them wearing a blue coat?
No.
Oh. Dang it.
Ben's
all like,
hey, are you all the ones, like, are you all in charge here? Did you set this up?
an immediate, like, round of thumbs up.
Do you mind if we crash here?
There's a ring of thumbs up, and they gesture to the board. And you've kind of gotten a gist from what Tabul told you already. But what the board kind of shows is that they go out, shows like rabbits going out and recovering these things, like all across to like all the major cities. And then it shows the one that you trapped going literally all the way back here to tell them about, like, you know, oh my god, people.
Guys, I don't want to be that guy, but those singed ooze, like, spore monster moss things, there's still 2 of them coming this way. And he's like drawing a giant like scribble monster on the like board and just like pointing as if it's coming here. Not to ruin our nice moment, but we should prepare for war. As he's like starting to wake up like all the little baby hedgehogs and be like, okay guys, we can do this again.
That is a good point. And as you kind of like show this, the kind of the rabbit lord,
Yes.
The Rabbit Council of Lords
Rabbit Lord.
all kind of look at each other and nod, and there's like sheer cry that goes out across, and they all start like packing everything down.
They light the beacons.
Yeah, as they kind of retreat into up the mountain, into like the old into the colder areas where the green doesn't grow.
As they start to retreat into the mountains, Rocky's like, "Good idea. Hopefully it'll be safer up there." And he kind of just like has this weird inkling that now's the time, and he's gonna whisper, "There's caves in those mountains." As he whispers, "Caves beneath the whisper," to fill the mountain with extra caves and more space for all of us as we go to make that a home.
As you do this, you feel a shiver as the earth around. You can feel the mountain shifting, and there's just like kind of an explosion out the side. There's just like this stream of rock for a good couple minutes, as like all this rock that was inside this mountain has now been moved somewhere else.
Rocky's just like,
As we're huffing it up and the ground is shaking, Ben says, "Don't worry, guys. I'm sure that this is going to be just fine. There's nothing but good times ahead."
Why?
And I use the good times ahead whisper.
Oh.
yes.
How are you going to use it?
So there's going to be provisions up there, enough for us to last and be comfortable. Maybe there was somebody else had a doomsday bunker up here in the mountains or something, and maybe that cave system opening it up may have unveiled it for whenever we do get up there. But whatever awaits us is going to be we're not going up to starve. Is I think what's happening from that whisper.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
No, because the reaction is you can feel it across your body as the whisper leaves your lips, and you know that there's a fully stocked research forest station up in the mountain, and you know that you're going to be able to get in there. You just have this feeling. And this kind of and the map that you guys had up to this bunkhouse kind of shifts again. And it kind of shows, all the information needed to get there as if that was your original destination all along. This was your safe house, not some little cabin net set aside for your family as a timeshare. Turns out your family was located as part of a research facility. That's how they were able to afford all this fancy things.
Makes sense.
Well, yeah, that's kind of the thing is, I figure the rabbits have kind of been up and about and around this whole area, right? Looking at things and stuff.
Yeah.
So I kind of indicate to them, we came here because we're looking for this place and our families, and is there anyone here?
They draw a stick figure and an X.
Oh.
I just kind of turn to them and I'm like, is there anyone at all?
To kind of gesture towards you guys and then towards the slime molds, and with a special emphasis on the newly colored ones.
I just kind of turn to them and I'm like, what are these guys?
And we're going to leave it there. It's a good cliffhanger ending.
Yes. Yeah. And that was it, boys and girls. We reached the end. With that, I was Austin playing the role of the Firefly.
Bev playing Willow.
I'm Dylan playing Net.
Ian playing Rocky.
Jonathan playing Ben.
And we're sponsored by nobody. Signing off.